I'm always interested in the creative process of music. When you are starting like to work on an album, when do you start with like the first song? Where does that begin?
I think, it's important to start with a vision.
Okay.
And like, what are you trying to say? What are you going through? What is the topic of conversation? I think an album in particular is like reading someone's journal, right? So it's kind of like you want to have a landscape of where we're going. So when you look at somebody like, obviously like the Kehlani album, it was a very introspective, vulnerable look into her life. And I think that's just starting with just conversations and real life experiences. And we kind of just all put them in a pot, right? It may not all come from her. It may come from me. It may come from another writer or whatever. And then you just kind of disseminate from there.
So you have a vision for the album. You want to tell a story with the album. Okay, so once you go through that process, which I imagine is probably, is it tough? Is it like, all this seems very icky to me because I am not a vulnerable person. Part of this like podcast is pulling kind of vulnerability out of me. But I worked in an industry where that's just not like, there's no crying in baseball.
Yeah.
So, in the artistic or creative space, vulnerability is almost, in my opinion, necessary. Like I can think of artists who have had albums and I'm like, oh, they were going through some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And you could feel it.
Yeah.
So you're looking for the vision. Like, is that a vulnerable process?
Yeah, it is, because if the artist isn't vulnerable, there's really nothing to really pull it out of. So there's some artists, right, who are just amazing singers. Like you have a Whitney Houston, right? And someone can write her a song. They could have been going through that, but she has the ability to tap into whatever her connection to that song may be and sing the hell out of it.
Right.
And you believe it, right? But for the most part, like in today's age where artists are very involved with writing, like someone like Kehlani or someone like a SZA or someone like, whoever it may be, they write from they got to feel it. Yeah.
Have you worked or been in a studio where the artist wasn't feeling it and it's kind of like,
yeah,
what is that process like?
Can't force creativity. So you just gotta.
But it's expensive.
You just can't force it.
We're not talking about like kicking it in a living room. Like you charge to walk through that door.
Yeah, I think sometimes it just doesn't land. The crazy thing about music is that we create something from nothing every day.
Right.
There's no task at hand. Like it's just, you got to pull from the sky. You got to pull from God. So sometimes it just might not be there. So you just got to go take a walk, touch some grass, come back tomorrow. Yeah.
That's wild. That's music is so interesting in that way. Like but you do have a lot riding on it. Like you got to put together an album.
You do, but you just gotta. It's like being a coach, right? Like you only got how many months? 6 months, 7 months to get prepared for a season,
yeah,
or something like that. I don't know, but like, how do you make a championship team in that amount of time? You just have to know how to pull the strengths and give everybody has their different incentives to push themselves to the max to be able to win a championship. So.
And you got to know your personnel.
You got to know your personnel. Yeah.